Welcome back to Bloodstained Hands. Last time on Bloodstained Hands, we defeated Emperor Cain, thereby restoring peace to the Empire, or so we thought. As planned, Emperor Samson, King Samson, is now Emperor Samson. General Astrid is his advisor, and our guildmaster is the Emperor's bodyguard and spy master. In addition, we now have... Because we defeated Cain, we rescued Mia, who was kept prisoner and captive by him. Sebastian has also rejoined our party. However, we met with the actual gods of Aether, who revealed to us that Cain did not attempt to summon just any fiend to achieve immortality, but in fact attempted to summon Mortalitus. And in doing so, has essentially set Mortalitus upon the mortal realm. The gods of Aether, the Celestials, are currently keeping him within Abyssus, but he must be stopped. So we must go about the world and collect the instruments of mortal judgment, the weapons forged by the gods, as the only tools we can use to actually face gods ourselves. Before we get to all that, we are actually going to do quite a bit of exploring around the capital city of Sophain, now that we can come here at any time during the day. We're going to chat with some of the townsfolk. We're going to do some additional side missions. We are also going to visit the academy. But for now, let's just get right to it. Let's go around the town of Sophain and talk to the townsfolk. With Cain gone, things have been much more peaceful. I can watch my son play in the park again. When Cain took power, soldiers would patrol the streets to put down any insurrections. He was so paranoid about losing his power, even peaceful civilians were suspect. The trees are pink. They're so pretty. My dad would never let me My dad would never let me come play here, but now he lets me come here almost whenever I want. I wonder why he changed his mind. It's crazy to think just how unsafe people felt with soldiers patrolling the streets. Isn't their job to protect us? Things are much better now. The soldiers that took over have been very helpful in securing the city. Alright, let's head over here to the residential district. I'm not allowed to watch the arena fights. Grandma says they're scary. Do people really get hurt at the arena? Why would anyone agree to that? You can compete at the arena just past the market district if you're feeling strong. Just don't be a fool. Don't hurt yourself by betting out of your league. I swear, the foolish young men who just feel like they've got something to prove. I like to go visit the palace sometimes. It's so pretty. I wasn't allowed there for a while. Mean people in gold armor wouldn't let me in. That's all changed now, though. Has it? Okay. I wonder if we'll start to see some more innovations coming out of the academy soon. Ever since Cain took power, it's been pretty silent. The Academy's just north of here. Back during the reign of Emperor Leonardo, the Academy would produce all sorts of great innovations. I guess they haven't been able to do as much research lately. I've lived here all my life and witnessed 3 different emperors rise and fall. Emperor Leonardo took the throne when I was just a boy. I only vaguely remember his father before him. And now Cain has fallen. I pray that Samson can do a better job. Wouldn't that be 4 emperors? Well, I guess he didn't see the 4th one rise, but yeah. Magical researchers have discovered a way to reshape diamonds. Isn't that amazing? Of course, they only use the magic for making weapons. What's the point in that? Diamonds are beautiful and are meant to be worn, not used for violence. You can buy diamond weapons and armor in the equipment shop. They're extremely sharp and powerful, but highly expensive. As I understand it, the weapons have a flexible iron core encased in a perfect diamond. They're virtually indestructible. My wife simply doesn't understand the practicality of it all. Please don't. Okay, thank you. Yep, good. As I get older, I realize just how much of the world I haven't seen. I wish I'd had the means to travel more in my youth. Living in Sophain, you can feel trapped. It's a beautiful city, but there's no way out except through flight. Kind of makes you wonder how this became the capital city in the first place. if it's so isolated. It can get lonely out here, isolated from all the other cities. I've yet to find a husband, and I worry that I never will. I'm sure the Celestials have someone waiting for me, but what if I never find him? The city's so big, or the city is big, but maybe he's somewhere else in the world. That's relatable. And welcome to the Academy. Before we go in here, though, there's actually a sewer grate here that we did not have access to before. And heading down here, there's actually a little isolated section of the sewers with a hidden chest. With a mind tonic. And I think I'm actually going to give that to Fang so that he can use more of the assassin techniques. I do want to level up his abilities soon, so yeah. But for now, let's enter the Academy. Welcome to the Academy. What can I do for you? I seek admittance to the Academy. I'm sorry, but we only allow mages to enter our halls. Sorry, but I've spent enough time here. I'd really prefer to stay away from here if we have any other choice. I guess we'll have to return here with Gray. Wouldn't we technically be considered mages? I mean, maybe not necessarily formally trained, but at any rate. So, just wanted to... The reason why I didn't bring Gray at this particular point is because I did want to show that. What happens if you try to go to the Academy with just Mia? On Wednesdays I go shopping and have buttered scones for tea. I sleep all night and I work all day. This is a Monty Python reference. I forgot about this. He's even named a lumberjack. I've heard that Amethyne also has an outdoor market, but nothing compares to Safane. You can find just about anything here. There are vendors in the arena district as well, but they mostly sell food and souvenirs to the spectators of the fights. Mama won't let me buy one. I want it. I wish I was older, then I'd have my own money and I could buy what I wanted. Okay, little girl. Well, let's check with what's in these shops. Okay, here we go. So we have black hood and cloak. We already have the black gloves. Same with a white circlet and a white robe. Which we already have one white robe, so we could actually just give that to Gray. Let's buy an amulet for Mia, because she does not have one. We can buy any type of elemental badge, including Sleep, Insanity, Horrify, Necro, Light, Dark. Geez, we can buy literally any piece of clothing we want here. That is great. What about here? Any type of medicine, elixir, panacea, stimulant. We can buy it all here. That's awesome. And let's check the equipment shop. The armory. And here we can buy every single diamond weapon and every single piece of diamond armor. That is good. Before we do this, though, there is something I want to do. And we'll get right to that in a second. Wooden staff we don't need. Silver short sword we don't need anymore. The silver kunai we don't need anymore. We'll probably end up selling the badges soon, but not right this second. Mia, you can have that amulet. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Let's stop in at the pub. I used to come here with my husband all the time before we joined the military. Fortunately, he survived the uprising, but he's away on duty now. This place is always packed. No wonder the food is phenomenal. This place used to be under different ownership, but they ran the place into the ground. My son helped me reopen it, and it's busier than ever. I'm so proud of him. I used to come here with my girlfriends all the time. Our lives have taken different turns, and we don't see each other as often anymore. I miss them sometimes, but I guess they just don't like hanging out in pubs anymore. It really is a shame. I didn't believe in the Celestials for most of my life, but once I met my husband, I started to understand the truth. I truly am blessed to have such a righteous man in my life. I shudder to think of who I would be without his influence. I've prayed to the Celestials every day for peace to return to Alethea. It looks like my prayers are finally being answered. Do you believe in the power of prayer, young man? It works, I tell you. Celestials are always listening. Okay, buddy. You there. You're from out of town, yes? Can you help me with something? What do you need? I'm a student of the Academy. In order to join the Academy, you have to apply. Applications come in from all over Alethea, but very few people are accepted. Joining the Academy is free, but must be earned. The problem is when someone gets accepted, their letter of acceptance must be delivered in person. I have a letter that must be delivered, but I can't leave the city. Would you deliver this for me? Sure, I can do that. Where does the letter need to go? Excellent. The letter needs to be delivered to a woman in Amathine. She's a farm girl, but impressed us greatly with her application. You'll likely find her at the local pub. Receive the acceptance letter. I'll make sure this gets delivered on time. Thank you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to return to the academy. Okay. Well, we got a little side mission here. Let's go do this first. Yeah, we'll do this first. I think we'll, do a little bit of running around. There's actually, we're probably not going to do too much today. We will take on the academy, but we're going to wait to do that. We'll do this mission first. There's one other side mission I'd like to do as well. There's some cutscenes I'd like to watch, and then we'll, yeah, then we'll go from there. We'll take on the academy. Can I help you? I'm looking for a woman. Do you know of anyone who might have applied for the academy in Sylvain? Yes, I applied myself, actually. I'm tired of working farm life. I know I can do better. You're right, you can do better. I have a letter for you. Deliver the acceptance letter? What's this? I got accepted? You did. You're now an official student of the academy. Oh my goodness, thank you. Thank you so much. I know it's not much, but please, take these. You deserve something for coming all the way out here. Farm tools. I won't be needing those anymore. Those are high-quality tools made from the iron mined from the mountains. Thanks. I used to live in a farming village, so I know how valuable these must be. I better get packing. Thanks again. Okay, well... our next objective is to find a use for the farm tools. You know what? I'm going to quickly change the font and the window skin, because I really don't like that skin. Let's go with like a... I don't know, what color? Oh, I like that deep blue. Yeah, we'll go with that. There we go. So, where could we use some farm tools? Well, my understanding is that, as we just said, we are from a farming village, and good farm tools would make sense to bring to a farmer. Produce in Sienna apparently is the best you'll get anywhere. So let's maybe go talk to this guy, this farmer. If I had some decent quality tools, this job wouldn't be as hard on an old man like me. Would these be of any use? Those tools! Are those made of Amathine iron? Please, trade those tools with me. Of course. Here you go. Delivered the farm tools. Thank you. Here, take this in return. Fresh produce. Was the best crops of this harvest. You won't find better quality produce in all of Lithia. Thank you. I hope those tools serve you well. Alright. So, who could use the fresh produce? If I remember correctly, someone in Sylvain was talking about how there isn't much in terms of fresh food. Which makes sense. It's a bit of a dry, dusty place. Doesn't look like very fertile soil. Is it this house? I think it's this house. I think so, yeah. What I wouldn't give for some fresh produce. The soil here is too tough to grow anything of decent quality. This is from the farms of Sienna. Would you like this? That looks delicious. Absolutely, let's trade. With the fresh produce and receive the silver circlet. That circlet is a gift from an ex-boyfriend. I've been wanting to get rid of it, although it did make for a nice gift. Maybe you know a pretty girl you can give it to? Thanks. I'm sure I can find a use for it. So what can I use this silver circlet for? Well, I think it was in like the second episode we met a guy who wanted to find a gift for his girlfriend or something, and he said something shiny would be nice. And he was in Emerdala, so let's go chat with him. Oh, sun's going down. We may need to rest up here soon, just to make sure we keep it daytime. I've been wanting to get a nice gift for my girlfriend, but there's not much in the way of material things in this village. Something shiny would be nice. It's made from silver from the mines of Sylvain. Would this do? Wow, that looks expensive. Are you sure it's okay? You bet. I've got no use for it. Thanks. Here, take this in exchange. Pull the silver circlet and receive the silver herb. It's a very rare herb even for Amidala. It's great for people who get sick often. Great, I'm sure this will be useful. Ah, okay. There was somebody we met who said that it's tough to get good medicine way out where they are, and it's easy to get sick often. And if I remember correctly, why did I do that? It's not nighttime yet. So I'm just looking outside and it looks like a storm is brewing, like an absolutely massive storm. It was clear all day and now suddenly it's just coming out of nowhere, so we'll see what happens there. I wanted to sleep so that it would stay daytime, but it wasn't yet night, so we just wasted some money, but that's only 75 gold to stay here. But yes, there is a woman who was mentioning that it's tough to get good medicine way out in Diamo. So let's go head that direction and see what we can find. I've been trying to adjust the audio settings on this microphone. I'm not quite used to this headset. And I don't know if I just need to speak up a little bit more or if maybe the microphone's just a little bit quiet. But please bear with me while I kind of test out different volumes and different settings over the next couple episodes here. Oh, don't stand too close to the fire, I guess. It's easy to get sick out here. The weather's very cold, and it's not easy to get good medicine so far from everything. This medicine's from Amardala. Apparently it's great for people who get sick often. That's incredible. Please, can I have that medicine? I'll give you something good for it. Sure, here you go. Over the silver herb, receive the powder steel. My boyfriend is the blacksmith. He told me that he uses that power to make high-quality gear. I'm sure another blacksmith could make good use of it. Thanks, I'm sure I can find someone who can use this. Well, there is somebody who comes to mind. There's another blacksmith. Bring the powder steel to a blacksmith. Well, that makes it easy. The objective even states it there. There is a blacksmith in Rubena who only gets iron, and was mentioning that it would be great to have more materials to work with, so let's go bring this to him. I'd love to expand my craft, but the only material I get out here is iron. This is from the blacksmith in Diamo. Maybe you can make use of this. Is that powder steel? Fantastic! I can learn a lot from working with that. Please, let's trade. Powder steel for a fresh fish. You may not think that's much of a fair trade, but once you taste that fish, I think you'll change your mind. The fish caught in the 5 Islands are the freshest you'll find. Looks delicious, thank you. Well, where would we... What use would we have for a fish? Well, I know somebody in Goldera was saying that all we can get is dried meats and jerky. So maybe we can, bring this to him. There's no fresh food out here. It's all dried meats and produce. What would I wouldn't give for a nice juicy fish? Would you like this? That fish! Is that from the 5 Islands? You can't get quality like that anywhere else. Please, give me that fish. I'll give you anything for it. Sure, here you go. Fresh fish? Thank you so much. Please, take this. You'll make better use of it than I ever could. Receive the golden hilt. What's this? That, my friend, is a golden hilt. Have you ever heard of diamond weapons? Yes, I believe they're sold in Safane. That's true, but they'll cost you an arm and a leg. That hilt was given to me long ago. They're given away to men of valor who accomplish great deeds. If you take that hilt to the equipment shop in Safane, they'll make you a brand new diamond weapon free of charge. I was going to use it myself, but I really don't have any weapons training, so it's useless to me. Well, it's very generous of you. Thank you. It's a fair trade in my eyes. You have no idea what it's like to live off jerky and dried biscuits. Alright, well let's take this back to the equipment shop in Safane then, and see what we can get for it. So the whole point to this mission is that you're essentially trading the exports, the main exports of each town and village. I'll kind of go through those just to highlight that, but let's take this to the equipment shop first. Here's a question. What do we want to turn it into? My first thought, we have a diamond sword that Matthew is using. Sebastian does not have a good weapon right now. Now, granted, neither does Fang or Shadow, but Fang has at least half of a good weapon. He's got one diamond dagger. We could give him a second one. Shadow, we could, you know, give him a good weapon. What if we... Yeah, let's maybe see about getting something for Sebastian. So let's just kind of look. Now, we have to pay for these. We can give him a greatsword, or an axe, or we could actually give Sebastian the diamond sword that Matthew's using, and give Matthew something like a diamond spear or a diamond halberd. But I think, no, let's maybe go for the axe. It's got a good crit chance, good hit rate, decent damage. Yeah. Now where on earth did you get that golden hilt? Those are very rare. I traded for it from a man in Goldair. I'm gonna choose to believe you. Well, since you have that hilt, I guess I need to make you a diamond weapon. What would you like me to make? Alright. We can make just about anything, except for weapons that can be dual-wielded, but let's go with the diamond axe. Received a diamond axe. And with that, we can give this to Sebastian, and just like that, he is geared up. Alright, so that is a good start. Now, while we're here, you know what, let's buy Fang another diamond dagger, and we'll even give Shadow a diamond katana. We are going to be replacing these weapons fairly soon, but not immediately, so we'll definitely need them in the meantime. Ooh, you know what? Yeah, no, I think that's good for now. We can see about upgrading Mia and Sebastian's equipment later. In the meantime, actually, let's go back to Goldair. We are going to want to do more stuff around Sephane. There's one more part of the town that we haven't seen yet, and there's a mission we can do there. But first, there's something I want to collect from Goldair, and while I do that, I'll just kind of explain that whole exports thing after we do this, because we're already here. So if we go to the magic shop, there were 2 tomes that we were able to purchase here earlier, but we didn't have a use for. The Vampire and Leech tomes, but Mia can use these. So we're going to buy both of them, since we still have 10,000 gold. And we're going to teach these spells to Mia, after which we'll sell the tomes and then still have about 5,000 gold to play with. So the idea with that exports mission is that, you know, you started off in the academy, or in Sephane, where you received a letter from the academy. Well, the idea is that the academy is what Sephane pretty much exports from, for the most part. They basically export anything related to magic and magical items. I'm realizing it might be smarter to do this against a training dummy, as opposed to against enemies that can actually hurt us. Although it's good to test out our new stuff, new weapons. So yeah, we'll actually just head to a training dummy to grind up these spells. But yeah, the Sephane basically exports magic and magical items and research from the academy. That's their main export. From there you get the tools from the woman in Amathine made from iron, and iron is essentially Amathine's main export. With the iron tools that you got from Amathine, you take that to Cyana, you trade for produce. Well, produce is essentially Cyana's main export, which then you can take to Sylvain. You get the silver circlet. Obviously, silver is the main export of Sylvain. Then what do you get from there? Yes, then you would take that silver circlet to Emerdala. Emerdala gives you the silver herb, which, of course, medicine and herbs is Emerdala's main export. You take that to Daimo, and you get powder steel. Steel is, and carbon is essentially Daimo's main export. From there, you take the powder steel to Rubena, and for Rubena, it has a number of different exports in the 5 islands, but the primary one is fish, since they are the most coastal port towns, and there's some of the best fish you can get in the 5 Islands basin. And then finally, you take that fish to Goldair, where you get the golden hilt, and gold is the main export of Goldair. At which point then you can take it back to Sephane and get the diamond weapon. Alright, so Mia just learned Vampire 2. What that skill basically does is it allows her to drain the MP or HP of an enemy. So that is her version of Cure. It's only on herself, but it is still a very effective way to use Cure. Leech, on the other hand, drains the MP of an enemy. So this is like her version of Synthesis, but instead of converting her own HP into MP, she just steals the MP of an enemy, which is great, but only works against enemies that actually have MP. So it's not quite overpowered in that sense. It's not better than Synthesis. It's just more... It can be in the right circumstances, but it is more circumstantial. Which is kind of the whole thing about Dark Mages, is that their abilities are more circumstantial. Insanity and Sleep and Necro, like, all these things have their own strengths and weaknesses and you know, upsides and downsides. But they're more... yeah, they're less consistent and reliable than, say, Elemental Magic. But when used effectively can be even more powerful. Okay, one more use. And with that, we should be good. Mia has learned Leech too. Perfect. Let's get out of here. And give her back the Fiend Staff. And now we can sell those tomes, and Mia has mastered all the spells that she needs to learn. Okay, so... Alright, so we're off to a good start. We finished that one side mission for the exports. We gave Mia some tomes. Let's return to Cyana for a little bit, and let's see what's available for us here. There are actually some hidden cutscenes that we can take part in. So let's actually engage in all of those right now, and then we're going to return to Safane. We're going to do one more side mission, and then we're going to finish up the episode by taking on the Academy. So we'll sell the tomes. There we go. Now, after you have defeated Emperor Cain, you can come back to Cyana, where your party, basically, your reserve party, will stay. Gray and Matthew don't have an interaction in Cyana, because they had their interaction in the Daimo training facility when Matthew was doing the push-ups and Gray was talking about how there's similarities between training magic and muscle. But, based on whoever you leave behind, you will get different interactions. So let's start with all of Gray's interactions, and we'll go with Gray and Mia. And let's see how they're... Well, I'm hearing some thunder outside. We might actually have a storm here. Let's see what Gray and Mia's interaction is like. Where's Gray and Mia? They should be there. Why are they not there? Oh! You know what? We're not going to do this right now, because I just realized there's one more prerequisite that we did not do first, which is that you have to complete the Academy for all of them to become available. So we're actually going to switch back then to Gray, Shadow, and Matthew. I'm going to give Gray that white robe that Mia had, and I'll just give Matthew those diamond gauntlets again. And okay, let's go to Safane. We're going to do the side mission first, we're going to do the Academy, and then we're going to finish up by... we'll finish up the entire episode with all those cutscenes. And then on the next episode, we will actually start engaging with the more traditional dungeons that house the remaining weapons. But before we do that... How's Matthew doing? Or Fang doing? He's got... I should have given Shadow a Wakizashi instead of a katana, but that's alright. I think we're good. Yeah, we got Diamond Dagger, some good, good equipment. I'm actually, you know what? We're gonna splurge a bit. Fang, you get a Black Cloak. 8% more evasion, 50 more agility, for 15 less defense, and no slashing or bludgeoning resistance. Now, if I sell these, can I... Yep, I should be able to buy the Black Hood as well. And we're going to splurge on Fang. Give him that Black Hood. 5% more agility, 1% more evasion. And now Fang is geared up. He's got about the best stuff he can get right now. Okay. Oh, did I? Yeah, I did. Okay, good. Alright, so let's head down here to the Arena District. Feel like competing? Talk to the bookmaker at the tent by the gate. Just keep in mind you can only compete solo. I ain't gonna fight you and all your friends, that's for sure. Are you gonna compete? You look tough. Oh, these guys don't have dual dialogue. Fighters who deliberately bet low for an easy fight are just plain boring. I don't much care for the fights, but my boyfriend likes them, so I watch with him. I wish I could compete, but I have no combat training whatsoever. I'll use my magic and destroy the competition. If only I could find a way to stop them from cutting me. Oh sure, they act tough in the arena, but how much do these fighters lose by gambling here all the time? Watching these fights make me feel so much younger. Alright, let's chat with this guy. You look strong. How would you like to be a competitor for the Death Games? Death Games? What's that? I've never heard of them. You must not be from Safane. Every year the Safane Arena hosts the Death Games, a 5-round tournament where the stakes are high and the rewards are grand. In a normal arena match, there are healers on standby to treat major injuries and officials prevent the battle from going too far. But the Death Games are different. In the Death Games, when 2 competitors enter the arena, only one comes out alive. Why would anyone agree to such a thing? Typically, the only ones who compete are usually the greedy, the desperate, and the foolish. But the games always draw a large crowd, and large crowds mean large profits. So what would that make me? Greedy, desperate, or foolish? Make no mistake, once in a while we get a truly serious fighter who dominates the competition. But we haven't seen anyone like that since General Dawn competed before he joined the military. Regardless, you look like you have potential. Care to compete? Alright, I'll fight in your games. Excellent. Now the first thing you need to do is get an invitation. Why? It used to be that every arena match was lethal, but laws have been put in place that only allow the Death Games to take place once every year. With Emperor Samson in power, it's expected that this will be the last year the Death Games take place. I've heard he plans to outlaw them. Regardless, to prevent people without a chance at victory from throwing their lives away, a qualification process was introduced. Now, only those with special invitations can compete. So where can I get an invitation? Well, seeing as I am the host and orator of the games, I can provide an invitation, but as I mentioned earlier, first you must prove yourself. How would you like me to do that? How about this? Gain renown in the regular arena matches. Once you've defeated enough enemies, or at least one powerful foe, then we'll talk. If you want to know what your renown is at, there's a book with the standings at the bookmaker's tent. Sounds good. I'll be back once I've gained some renown. So if you check this book, it gives you information on how the games actually work, and if you read the book, we got Gravar at 94, Lethe at 87, Slate at 81, Layla at 78, Dart at 74, and we're all the way at the bottom with 0. So, we're going to talk to the bookmaker. We are going to place a wager. Are we going to compete or spectate? Let's watch one match first, and then we'll compete. Let's bet on the blue team, and I bet nothing, apparently. I think the minimum bet's like 50 gold or something, so it just would shortcut to that. But essentially, you can come here and watch arena fights, and these are completely automated. So blue team is on the right, yellow team's on the left. Okay. Looks like we're pulling ahead a little bit here, but maybe not. He's using Stormblade, which is kind of nice. Well, they both have overdrives. Are they going to use them? Oh, he will. Oh, and that might just end the match right there. Ooh. Yeah, this might not work. Oh. Are you going to use your overdrive? He did. Didn't quite finish him, so I'm not sure. I don't think we're going to win this. No. No. Darn, blue team lost. Lost, huh? Too bad. Better luck next time. Alright, well, we will place a wager. This time we're going to compete. And the idea is that the more you bet, the tougher your opponent, but the more renown you get for beating those opponents. Let's bet 500 gold. See how that goes. Now, the idea is that these are solo matches, so it's just Fang against whoever you're fighting. In this case, facing a murderer. Let's use Concentrate. Okay, he hits a little bit hard, but not too bad. Let's go with Miasma. And this is where Shroud is going to seriously come in handy, as will Venom. So Shroud, Venom. Do we want to use our Overdrive? Honestly, I don't even think we need to. But, you know what? Just for the sake of it, why not? Lethality. Oh, we one-shotted him. Jeez. Okay, that works. You won. Congratulations. Here's your payout. 1,000 gold. And how did that do for our renown? We gained 15. So we're going to need a little bit more. Let's up the wager a bit. That was pretty easy. Let's go 750. Should be a tougher opponent now. Yet another murderer. We use Shroud. Oh yeah, he definitely is tougher. Okay, use Venom. Poisoned, good. It'd be nice if we actually had... Oh, I've got a... Well, that's useless right now, but... that could be handy for something else later. It'd be nice if we had some tools from the Sanctuary. You can buy Shuriken from one of the assassins at the Sanctuary. And what they do is it's a thrown weapon that just does basic damage, but has a chance to inflict bleed. Shroud 2, nice. This is going to be a good way for us to level up our assassin techniques. I think, yeah, poison wore off, so let's Venom him again. Oh, didn't work that time. One more try. There we go. And now as long as our Shroud doesn't wear off, we should be able to survive this. Let's Cauterize just to top our health up just in case. One more. There we go. And finish him off. Done. And we even get some XP for this, so that's nice. You won! Congratulations, here's a payout. 1,500 gold. How's our renown now? 45, so that was worth about 30. You know what? Let's try... Let's try a max wager. Max bet. Oh, different target this time. We're facing a spy. Okay, I'm gonna go straight for... Oh, okay, yep, straight for Shroud. Straight for Shroud. Holy smokes, okay. Alright, let's start with lethality, see if we can bleed her. We did. Awesome. 3. I have to keep track of how many turns pass. That's 4. 5. 6. 7. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna let her kind of charge up her action a bit, and now I'm gonna start Shroud because I think the next turn it'll wear off. And... oh, okay, nope. So that's 8, 9... Now I think it'll wear off. There, okay, so it's 10 turns. Shroud lasts 10 turns against a single opponent. So as long as we keep that turn counter in mind, we should be able to just... Yeah, there we go. Gained a level, nice. And we cleared a top level opponent. And we get a little under 2,000 gold. What's our renown at now? We are at the top, 95. Could probably go for the full 100, but we don't really need to. We beat out the top fighter. And now Dart's not even listed. Alright. How are you doing? Let's see. Well, you made it to the top of the standings. People are talking about you now. I guess I have to give you this now. Receive the invitation. Thanks. What happens next? Now I just need to finalize some details and the tournament can begin. Once the first round begins, you'll be unable to leave until the tournament is over. If you're still alive. You will enter alone. So where would I be staying? Under the arena, in the Bloodworks. You can rest there as well as stock up on supplies. For now, do what you must outside the arena, and when you're ready, come speak to me. I'll guide you to the Bloodworks. Oh, and one more thing. There's one rule to the death games I haven't mentioned. No custom or unique weapons are allowed. Anything you can buy from a shop or commission from a blacksmith is fine. Understood? I'll be back when I'm ready to enter the arena. So the idea is that if you get ultimate weapons, you can't use them in this. And these doors just lead to the Bloodworks. Well, now that we've got some renown, let's chat with some of the people walking around. Or watching the matches. It's good to see youngsters like yourself making a name for yourself. Hey, you're really good. You must make a lot of money in the arena, eh? I've never seen anyone fight like you. Do you think you could train me? You know, after watching you, the fights aren't that bad to watch. You put on a good show, but how high can you bid before you're outmatched? Hey, I know you. I've seen you compete. You're really good. Okay, well, I think we're ready. Let's just save, and we're just gonna go in, yeah, as we are. Ready to enter the Bloodworks. You won't be able to leave until the tournament is over. Hold on, you know what? Shadow, give me your katana. It'll slow me down, but it's got a better hit rate, and I think I would prefer it just for this. I'm ready. Good. I'll escort you down to the Bloodworks. Follow me. Welcome to the Bloodworks. You'll find everything you need here. There's training dummies in the corners if you want to practice your skills, and a shop with most basic equipment if you'd like to stock up. When do I fight? The tournament starts tomorrow morning. There are beds in the chamber at the far end of the Bloodworks. I'd suggest getting some rest before your first fight. Sounds good? I'll do that. Good luck. You kicked me out of the top 5 arena fighters. I'm Dart. I'm going to kill you for that. I bet you won't last 3 rounds before dying an embarrassing death. Might as well enjoy what time you got left. Aside from the weapon restriction, there's no rules to how you fight. Magic, martial skills, anything goes. You don't wear a helmet either. Maybe I don't need one after all. Can you dual-wield greatswords? What, no straw or hay? Gonna be tough to get a good night's sleep. Doesn't matter how hard you hit if you can't hit me at all. Fork. There's a goblin named Fork. Okay. Don't get nauseous. Don't get nauseous. My name's Gravar. I was the top arena fighter before you came along. But I'll fix that. I'll bet I've trained more than any of these fools. That prize is mine. Alright, let's check the shop, see if there's anything we need. Oh, we got some good potions available, that's good. A panacea, pub food, wine, beer, steel dagger, steel katana. Alright. Well, let's rest for the day. I think I need to give this orator a more impressive voice. He is an orator, after all. Feeling rested? Well enough. Good. Your first match is about to start. Meet me by the exit when you're ready to begin. It's my best attempt at impressive. Alright. Are you ready to start your first match? Yes. Let's get this started. Good. Let's go. People of Safane, welcome to the Death Games. In this 5-round tournament, you will see the finest warriors from around Ilithia face off in a battle to the death. Only one shall emerge victorious. The winner shall receive rewards beyond imagining. The losers shall have the honor of dying before them. For your first round, a newcomer to the Safane arena. He has traveled far and fought before you, climbing the ranks faster than any other. Give it up for Fang. And for your second contestant, a man who was once in the top 5 fighters in the arena before his opponent today kicked him out. He's got a score to settle, so let's give him some encouragement. Start! Contestants, step forward. I'm going to kill you. You hear me? You're dead. Bold words. I'll make you eat them. People of Safane, are you ready? Let the death games begin! Alright, let's take this guy out as quick as we can. Oh, jeez, he's... Yeah, didn't even get a hit in. I give you your victor! A fine showing, but can he last the rest of the tournament? We'll just have to watch and see. Good match. You definitely got the crowd excited. Thanks. It wasn't that tough. You made it look easy, but it gets a lot tougher from here on out. Anyway, here's your winnings. Sorry, I keep bumping the microphone. I'm trying not to, but... 250 gold. Winnings. Didn't I mention? You still win gold as you complete... Excuse me. You still win gold as you complete each round. If you die, your gold is forfeit, but you can use what you earn to stock up on supplies between rounds. Either way, the gold ends up going back to the arena. Smart. Thanks. You're welcome. Now, feel free to rest up. There's a lot of rounds today, so you won't compete again until tomorrow. Sure thing. Catch you later. And, well, she's new. I'm here to assist the contestants. How can I help? Well, let's ask some questions. I had some questions about the death games. Would you like to know? Let's check the rules. What are the rules of the death games? The death games are a 5-round tournament. There are 32 contestants in the games, with the first round consisting of 16 matches. The first round takes up an entire day. The second round has only 8 matches and also takes a full day. The third round has 4 matches, and the second round has 2. These 2 rounds take place in one day. The final round is one match between the 2 fighters who have survived through all the rounds. This match takes place on its own day to give the contestants ample time to rest. Any fighting style is acceptable, but custom or unique weapons are prohibited. Fighting in the Bloodworks and leaving the Bloodworks is also prohibited. Once the tournament begins, all contestants are confined to the Bloodworks until the end of the tournament. What about the history? What's the history of the Death Games? The Death Games originated several decades ago when this arena was built. It used to be that every arena match was fatal, but laws were quickly put in place that only allowed for fatal matches once per year. This prompted the creation of a deathmatch tournament. While arena matches tended to bring good crowds, the Death Games draw considerably more people and are much more profitable. Most people would rather not risk their life if given the choice, so only the most serious or desperate fighters compete. A qualification process... I cannot talk today. A qualification process was put in place to make sure that incompetent fighters couldn't fight. As a result, only those who bared an invitation are allowed to compete. Okay, what about the rewards? What does the champion get for a reward? The rewards for the Death Games are numerous. In addition to receiving gold in between each round, there is a grand prize granted to the final champion. The grand prize changes from year to year, but always consists of a large sum of gold and an artifact of some kind. The artifacts are almost always worth tens of thousands of gold by themselves. In addition, the champion is entered into the Arena Hall of Fame. Arena champions are well sought after and are always able to become successful as mercenaries, soldiers, or bodyguards. The best example of this was when General Dawn competed. Before Dawn joined the military, he was a leader of a mercenary band. He joined the Death Games without ever having fought in the arena. He beat every single opponent without taking a scratch. His performance was so great that he was immediately offered a position as a lieutenant under Emperor Leonardo's command. His leadership experience with the mercenary group proved a great asset, and within 2 years he had climbed the ranks and become a general in command of his own army. No other fighter has ever been able to perform as well as General Dawn. His success has set the bar for every contestant since then, and his rewards granted him a highly successful life before it was taken from him. Many people have seen his journey and have taken his inspiration, believing that your background does not determine your destiny, and have aspired to follow in his footsteps. So, while the material rewards for the Death Games are great, the intangible rewards can be even greater, possibly leaving behind a legacy that will outlive you. Alright, and she can give us some healing. I don't really think it matters, because we are... Yeah, we're fully healed anyway, but, well, we are now for sure. And Dart is gone. Okay. Yeah, let's just rest up. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Yeah, let's just rest up. Good, you're here. Come find me when you're ready to begin. Where would I go? Okay, well... Oh, the soldier by the bucket is gone too. I guess he lost his match. Oh, that's something we can do. Training dummies. If we wanted to, we could train up our techniques here, or just grind up our overdrive gauge, but I don't think we're going to need it for this match, so we'll just go straight ahead. Are you ready for the next match? I'm ready. Then follow me. People of Safane, welcome to the Death Games. The second round is about to begin. I hope you've enjoyed yesterday, but that was just a taste. Now the real games begin. Your first contestant put on a good show yesterday, but can he do it again? The top fighter in the arena, I give you Fang. And his opponent, a woman whose speed and precision granted her a swift victory in her first match. She's hard to pin down, but how long will her luck last? I give you the lightning dagger, Layla. Contestants, step forward. You can't hide from my dagger. I'll pierce through any veil you put up. I have no need to hide from you. You're going down. People of Safane, are you ready? Let the match begin! The first two opponents are fairly straightforward, fairly easy. No point in really doing any complex tactics. Just hit them till they die. Done. Easy. It's gonna get a little tougher from here on out, but there we go. I give you your victor. What an amazing battle. You'd better keep this up. You don't want to disappoint the crowd. Nicely done. Here's your winnings. 500 gold. Thanks. You won't compete again today, but get lots of sleep. Tomorrow you're fighting 2 matches if you survive the next one. Why is that? The first 2 rounds have enough matches to take up the whole day, but the third round has only 4 matches. That's not enough for the crowd to get engaged, so we have the third and fourth round in one day. The final round, the final match, draws enough of a crowd that it can take place on a separate day, so there's only 2 days left after today. I understand. I'll get some rest. You're doing well. Keep it up. And Layla is now gone as well. Okay. Good, you're here. Come find me when you're ready to begin. Okay, and the Berserker and the Samurai are gone as well now. We're thinning the ranks, that's for sure. Are you ready for the next match? I'm ready. Then follow me. Ooh, we're drawing a crowd now. People of Safane, welcome to the Death Games. The competition is heating up. The third round is upon us. This is where the truly exceptional fighters make their stand. Your first contestant is someone you've been following since the beginning. He has fought well. Let's hope he doesn't disappoint. Give it up for Fang. And who will attempt to halt his winning streak? A man with experience, a man who wields a spear like no other. Let's hear it for Slate. Contestants, step forward. You should have stayed home, boy. You could have lived a long, healthy life as a coward. And clearly you've already lived long enough. People of Safane, are you ready? Let the match begin. Okay, things are going to get a little tougher now, but I still think we can take a few chances here. Miasma got the poison. Let's use Shroud. He missed his first attack, so that's helpful. Yeah, do we want to use the overdrive or save it for the next match? Honestly, I don't think we need it, so let's just... No, we don't need it. Let's just pummel away at him. He's poisoned, we're shrouded. Let's just see how quickly we can take him down. Doesn't help if we miss all the time. Okay, the poison wore off. And Shroud might be about to wear off as well, so let's use Miasma, see if we can do both at once. Poisoned, and... Shrouded right away. Awesome. Yeah, this guy can't even touch us. 1100 XP. I give you your victor. 3 opponents down, 2 to go. How will you fare? Well fought. Keep this up and you'll make it to the top. Here's your winnings. 1,000 gold. His rewards are getting good. And they'll get even better as long as you keep winning. Now heal up. You've got another match in a couple of hours. Will do. Okay, well, we're ready for the next match, and we are fully healed, so we don't really need to talk to the lady, but... and we do have our overdrive full, so I think we can just go straight for it. We cannot save, because we could get soft-locked otherwise, but the autosave should still work. I'm ready. Then follow me. Let's take on round 4. Here we go. This one's gonna be tough. Whew, big crowd this time. People of Safane, welcome to the Death Games. It's time for the 4th round. You've already seen these competitors fight today, so let's see if they're getting tired. For your first contestant, the man with a fighting style like no other, I give you Fang. But who is his opponent? This woman has surprised us with her skill. Her beauty is only surpassed by her exceptional ability. I give you Lethe. Contestants, step forward. You can't hit what you can't see. You don't stand a chance. You're more dangerous than you look. But sadly, this is the end for you. People of Safane, are you ready? Let the match begin! Alright, we're gonna start... We'll try Miasma to start. Yeah, okay, we can take a hit or two. She's poisoned, and we're shrouded. Awesome, we got them both. Let's go with lethality. Oh, we got the instant kill. That's amazing. I think it's a reduced chance for that to actually work against those targets, so that's amazing that we actually got that. And I know the next round, that's not possible. I can't believe we took her out in one shot. I give you your victor! Wow, unbelievable. 1 match remains. I give you one of your final contestants. Best get some sleep. The final match awaits you tomorrow. You've surprised me. I didn't think you'd make it this far. Here's your winnings. 2,000 gold. Thanks. I'll put this to good use once I win. Once the last match of the day is over, you'll know who your final opponent is. In the meantime, get some sleep. You'll need it for the final round tomorrow. Will do. This guy's still here. The goblin is still here. And so is Gravar. This guy made it to the final round. Or the semi-final, I guess. Oh god, okay. So you're my final opponent, eh? The name's Gravar. You're the last one. You must be good. There's no one better. I'll give you one chance. Forfeit the match. Maybe you didn't hear the rules. You can't forfeit. True, but you can simply not fight. If you decide to make it easy, I promise I'll make it quick. This is your tactic? Just ask people to give up? Maybe you won't be as tough as I thought. Suit yourself. Enjoy your last day. Yeah, we had just rolling over and dying. But I am going to quickly grind up the overdrive gauge. Just make sure that we have a full overdrive going into it. I am at least like 90% certain that the instant kill does not work against the final opponent. They are immune to it. I actually thought the 4th one was, but I guess not. But we can still bleed them with lethality, I'm sure, and even if we can't, just going in as strong as possible would be great. And you know what? Let's even do this. Concentrate. And now we'll start the next match with Concentrate already active, a full overdrive gauge. Yeah. Okay. Alright, let's never see this place ever again. So, this is it. The final match. Are you ready? I'm ready. I hope so. Make it a good fight. And if you die, do so with honor. Whew. Yeah, this is a crowd. And, oh, there's Shadow. And Sebastian. I think everybody's in the crowd. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Death Games. You have watched the best fighters in Alithia compete and fight, kill and die. But today is the final round. Whoever wins this round shall win rewards beyond their wildest dreams. The winner shall be entered into the Arena Hall of Fame. Now, let's meet your contestants. Your first contestant has risen from anonymity to the heights of the arena. Possibly the greatest fighter ever to grace the arena. I give you the man who fights like a demon possessed, Fang. And who must he face? Who could be tougher than all those he has fought before? I present to you the king of the arena, the champion of days past, the mightiest of the mighty, your final contestant, King Gravar. Contestants, step forward. Yeah, no, if you take a look, I hope you can see my mouse here. There's Shadow there. We got Sebastian here. We got, there's Gray. There's Mia. And there's Matthew. Yeah, nice. Everybody's here. It's all over for you, kid. You may have been champion before, but I'm here to take that title for myself. People of Safane, are you ready? Oh, look, one of the assassins, too. He's just right there. He's just chilling. Let the final match begin. All right, here we go. We're going to start with the Shroud. Okay. Being electrocuted kind of sucks. 1. We have to count how many turns. Got to make sure that Shroud does not wear off. I'm going to use Miasma, because we may be able to poison and cure the electrocution at the same time. 2. Nice, and we got both. 3. Let's go with Lethality. 4. Did not get the bleed. 5. Let's go with Cauterize. 6. 7. 8. 9. Okay, and we're gonna let him go first. 10. Shroud wore off, but we will reapply it right now. Perfect. And the poison is still there. Nope, poison just wore off. Let's poison him, and hopefully that'll be all we need to do. Okay, didn't get the poison this time. 2, or was that 3? I think that was 3, because he would have attacked first. That's 4. Venom 3, nice. 5. 6. 7. 8. Done. We got him. I give you your victor! People of Safane, I give you your new champion of the arena, champion of the Death Games. All hail Fang, the greatest fighter to ever grace the sands of the arena. I'm amazed. That was an absolutely incredible fight. I didn't think it was possible for that man to be beaten. He put up a better fight than anyone I've fought before. I have no doubt. And now for your reward. You've earned every last bit of this. 10,000 gold and an elixir ring. Wow, it's beautiful and useful and very, very valuable. Make whatever use of it you wish. You've earned it. Thank you. It's been quite the ride. It certainly has. I look forward to seeing you compete again. Farewell, Fang. Farewell. There we go. And we now have the Elixir Ring. Halves MP cost and restores HP each turn. There is somebody in particular that we're going to be giving this to, but I'm going to just hold on to it for a second. And let's walk around the arena. We're drawing stairs now. You're the arena champion. Not bad. So you single? No one will want to compete against you now that you're the champion. Wow, you beat every single one of your opponents. That's amazing. You're the champion. I can't believe I'm talking to you. The arena champion. Your victory must have made you absolutely rich. You're the champion, and so young. Good for you, lad. Greetings, champion. I trust your reward has served you well. Alright. I think if we actually check the book... No, I don't want to place a waiter. Yeah, we still have the same renown, but everyone else is X'd out now. Okay, well... the next I think we're going to take on the Academy. We got time. It's a relatively quick process, but before, I just want to show you. So, the Elixir Ring is incredibly useful, and you don't want to sell it, because it's the only way you can get it. There's one other place you can get it, but you have to grind a lot to get it. But if you were to sell it, it's worth 50,000 gold. So, I mean, it's got some uses. You can keep it and use it, which is by far recommended, but you could also just sell it and get everything you could ever, like all the gold you could ever need. But okay, we have now finished the Death Games, we've finished the Exports mission. I think we've actually now completed every single side mission in the game. So now, let us complete the Academy. I don't know why we don't have it. Maybe we need to actually join first. But we've got Gray in our party, so let's go to the Academy. We'll go through this, and then we may just save and quit there, and save the cutscenes back in Cyana for the next episode. I think we will, actually. There's been a lot of... This has already gone on a bit longer than I expected, so we'll do the Academy, and then we'll leave the other cutscenes for the next episode. Welcome to the Academy. We've been expecting you. You have. Not you, your friend, the mage. Me? You've been expecting me? Indeed. We have long since prepared for when the path to Abyssus would open. You carry the mark of the gods upon your flesh. You have entered Aether and returned alive. You are the one we've been seeking. What are you talking about? You seek the knowledge of ancient magics, do you not? You seek the staff of Celestials. This is why you are here. I guess so. The Academy can provide you with these things. Assuming you can prove to us that you are worthy of wielding them, of course. You will enroll at the Academy. We will train you in the use of light magic, and we will teach you about the ancient artifact you seek. When you are ready, you may leave the Academy and fulfill your task. Is this acceptable? Am I to enter alone? Yes. You will leave your friends for a time, but you will not need them for your studies. Our instruction is rarely dangerous. Rarely? Fear not. You will be kept safe. Are you ready to enter the Academy? What do you think, Fang? Don't look at me, it's your decision. We need that staff, but if you're not ready, we can wait a while. Gray will enter alone and take temporary command of the party. Let's go. Okay, I'm ready. Good. I will have a bed set up for you. You may enter the Academy through the portal on the floor. Your training will begin in the morning. Alright. See you later, Fang. Don't keep us waiting too long. Good luck. Greetings, student. The Maestro awaits you in the Great Hall. Please meet with him at your earliest convenience. Thank you. I'll be there shortly. This may not feel like home, but this is still probably the safest place in the Elysian Empire. The only way that Kain was able to direct us here was through military force. We probably could have fought and won, but a lot of innocent soldiers would have died for simply following orders. They only let me They only let me take what I could carry when I enrolled. I mean, I'm not trapped here or anything. I can go home whenever I want, but there's still so much to learn. Ow. I just punched my desk by accident. The Academy's massive, but the portals will only take you where you need to go. Because of this, a lot of rooms are restricted and many have been lost altogether. And it's not like you can simply knock the walls down. Some of the rooms are just pockets deep below the surface. I've been studying magic to preserve youth. So far I haven't had much success. Oh, we've discovered secrets to longevity for a while now, but aging is something we can't seem to stop yet. Would you like to go? Let's go to the Great Hall. That's where we were told to go. Anyone with enough skill and knowledge can become an instructor, but only the Maestros lead the Academy. To become a Maestro, you have to achieve a great accomplishment within the world of magic. Blah. I'm tripping over my tongue today. The food here is phenomenal. I wonder if magic is involved in making it. No, that can't be. Any matter formed with magic is dissolved when the magic stop feeding it energy. I'm not sure how the current Maestro earned his place, but he's been leading the Academy for over a century now. You're not allowed to drink before a lesson, but there's nothing wrong with winding down after a long day. Of course, if you get too rowdy, they'll kick you out of the dining hall and confine you to a room until you're sober. Nobody wants to deal with a drunk mage. Students and masters both gather here for meals, but the heads of the Academy are always seated on the raised platform. One day I hope I'll get to sit on that table. I'll bet the view is nice from up there. There's only one Maestro left now. The others either died or vanished without a trace. Some say that the other Maestros traveled to the realms of the gods and never returned. Wouldn't that be amazing? Visiting a place like Aether? Yeah, I wonder what that's like. I wonder how the chefs access the kitchens. The teleporters won't take me there. I just want to see what kind of snacks they have there. Alright. Greetings, student. Welcome to the Academy. I trust everything is to your satisfaction. Your halls are most impressive, although I do not intend to stay long. Of course, you have a task to attend to. I will not keep you from it any longer than necessary. But before your lessons can begin, there are 3 rules you must understand. Very well. What are these rules? First, respect all property and life while on the Academy grounds. In essence, do not destroy that which does not belong to you, and do not cause harm, physical or otherwise, to the students or masters of the Academy. I understand. That won't be an issue. Second, you must swear to never use the knowledge gained at the Academy to break the laws of the Alethean Empire. Easy enough. I swear to uphold this rule. Good. Now the third and final rule. The realms of the gods exist in perfect balance. If one realm were to become more powerful than the other, the following imbalance would likely lead to the ultimate destruction of both realms. The mortal realm only exists as a byproduct of the realms of the gods. Should their realms fall, so shall ours. Our world would be destroyed. Thus the third rule. Swear to never upset the balance between the mortal realm, Abyssus, and Aether. Calling the lords of those realms into the mortal world is one such way of upsetting that balance. Like what Cain did to summon Mortality. Precisely. What Cain did was a direct violation of the rules of the Academy and would have warranted the proper punishment. What punishment would that be? Execution, to be carried out by the maestros of the Academy. Of course, with the sort of power Cain would have had if he had succeeded, we likely would not have been able to pass such judgment. The punishment for disobeying the rules of the Academy is death? Only for the most severe violations. A minor violation may simply result in the expulsion of that student from the Academy. I understand. I swear to uphold these rules. Good. Then with the agreement of these 3 rules, I welcome you to the Academy as a student. I will guide your instruction myself, due to the urgency of the task at hand. I think I've changed this guy's voice like 3 times already. We will begin in the library. I will meet you there. As you wish, Maestro. Let's go to the library. Chat with these guys first. I've been trying to find a text that translates ancient languages. Have you seen it anywhere? There's all sorts of knowledge that's been lost simply because we no longer understand the language. Imagine what we could learn from previous civilizations. Fascinating. Did you know that each of the continents used to be one large landmass? It had to have been thousands of years ago or longer. The land doesn't shift that dramatically very quickly. I've been slowly reading all the books in this library. It's been years since I started, and I haven't even scratched the surface. It doesn't help that more texts keep getting added. I think there are even hidden archives within the Academy that house ancient tomes. Your first lessons will take place here. I want you to study the religious texts here at the library. You are looking for the Pantheon, the Conflict, and the Birth. While these books are not necessarily complete and tend to mislead people about the intentions of the gods, they lay a foundation for understanding how spirits work and the power of the 2 realms. While you are reading there's also a text here about the fundamentals of magic. Find and read that volume as well. I understand, Maestro. You may have to spend some time looking for these volumes, but once you have read them, you may rest in your room and reflect on the knowledge you have gained. I will leave you to it. Thank you, Maestro. Okay, well, 2 of these books we've already read in one way or another, but we'll do a quick recap of them since, we haven't actually done the first book since the first episode, and the Fundamentals of Magic we did in like episode 7 or 8 or something like that. So we'll do a recap of them. But let's start with the Pantheon. This is the first one that we did. In the dawn of time there was naught but darkness, but from that darkness a light began to blossom. This light grew and grew, spreading endlessly in every direction. And from this light, Aether was born. Aether, the realm of the gods. As Aether grew, the gods became self-aware and created for themselves the forms and names for which they are recognized, and became the 7 celestials we know today. Terra, celestial of earth. She formed the lands and mountains upon which we walk. Unda, celestial of water. From her flowed the rivers, lakes, and oceans, the lifeblood of the land. Seli, celestial of air. She breathed life into the world, spreading the seeds of growth everywhere she went. Sana, celestial of healing. Her gentle hands mended our wounds and cured our sickness. Bestia, celestial of animals. He created forms for the creatures of the wilds, creating stability in nature. Lux, celestial of light. She shone the light of Aether upon the land, banishing the darkness. And Anima, celestial of life. The first celestial and the most powerful among them. We are all his children. These 7 built the world in which we live today, and it is to them we show our gratitude. Their guidance has led humankind to proliferation beyond all others. But every light casts a shadow, and within every shadow lurks an evil, waiting, watching. With the genesis of Aether, a sister realm was born. A realm of darkness, always just out of reach of the light. It is from the realm of Abyssus, land of darkness, that the fiends wreak what havoc they may. The fiends, perfect counterparts to the celestials, destroying all that the celestials create. Ignis, fiend of fire. He filled Terra's mountains with his flame until they burst forth and filled the sky with ash. Glacio, fiend of ice. She froze the lakes of Unda, spreading death to all those who could not bear the cold. Fulmin, fiend of lightning. He charged the air that was Sally's gift, creating storms of horribly violent power. Morbus, fiend of disease. Where Sana healed our wounds, he made them fester and take rot. Belua, fiend of monsters. He spread his creations throughout the world, killing the animals that Bestia had so artfully crafted. Nox, fiend of darkness. Wherever Lux shone her light, he was there at the very fringe, waiting to envelop those who wandered too far. And Mortalitus, the fiend of death. All he touches turned to dust, a simple gaze enough to strip the life of anima out of any creature unfortunate enough to cross his path. 7 celestials, 7 fiends, each a mirror of the other, 2 sides of the same coin. For those who live a virtuous life, the celestials grant their protection, and for those who stray from the light, the fiends shall be waiting in the shadows. So that is essentially the Pantheon. Those are the celestials and the fiends. Now let's read the conflict. Where light shines, there is always shadow. The Celestials, who command power over the forces of creation, have at all times been in conflict with the fiends, masters of the forces of destruction. Aether, the endless land of light. Within that realm, the Celestials could create without limit. No boundaries exist for their whims. Abyssus, the land of eternal darkness. Home of the fiends, they could destroy all that they wished, leaving nothing but emptiness. Naturally, one force would desire the complete eradication of the other. For what need is there to destroy in a land of endless creation? What need to create when endless blackness is the alternative? It is for this reason that the gods have attempted each to usurp the other, but their power is at its zenith, and neither side could overcome the other. In a final, desperate attempt to end the conflict, one of the fiends took action in an unspeakable way. Belua, fiend of monsters, sent his minions into the realm of Aether itself. Thus was the realm of Aether truly under siege for the first time. The monsters under Belua's command assaulted the lands of Aether, destroying all they could. The power of these ancient creatures could have leveled cities had they existed today and wreaked havoc upon the realm. To stop the invasion, the Celestials did the one thing they had never done before. They used their forces of creation with destructive might, crushing the monsters beneath them. The earth shook and split open, swallowing monsters whole. Great waves rose from the oceans, demolishing all who fell before them. Vicious cyclones ripped the beasts limb from limb. Even Bestia began to create animals to face this threat. Where previously his creations had been tame and docile, he began to create lions and wolves, sharks, ravens, eagles, predators capable of great violence. The monsters were driven back and slowly hunted to extinction. But the siege had left Aether in a state of alarm. If the fiends had dared to assault their realm once, they could do so again. In an attempt to prevent this from happening, the Celestials combined their might and sealed the portals between the realms. In doing so, they ended the conflict, but there was a cost. By sealing the realms, the Celestials had removed any possibility of utterly eradicating Abyssus. Their infinite enemy was now forever beyond their reach. And so the conflict ceased, but the machinations of the gods had not yet come to an end. Alright, and... oh, I did not mean to go through there. So we will go back to the library, and let's read the last 2 texts. Is it? Yeah, it's there. The Birth. This is the last of the religious texts. When the Celestials sealed the portals between Aether and Abyssus, they removed any means of reaching their nemesis. If one was to annihilate the other, a solution had to be found. Thus was the mortal realm created. The Celestials combined their powers and created a land of limitations. They were able to create and shape the land, but they could not do so endlessly as in Aether. And the true stroke of genius was enabling this realm to be accessed by Abyssus as well. A realm where the 2 forces could exist in harmony, where that which exists must be destroyed to make room for more creation. It was upon the soil of this realm that the gods met face to face. The Pantheon met, and created with their joined power a way to resolve their age-old conflict. It was there that the first humans were created. The humans were a blend of the light of Aether, the darkness of Abyssus. Not quite an animal of Bestia, nor a monster of Belua. They were the first and only grey souls. The souls of the animals of the realm were white souls of Aether, just as the souls of all monsters were black souls of Abyssus. But humans, created with the power of both realms, were neither. When a human was conceived, the babe would receive a spirit of either Aether or Abyssus. That spirit would become the soul of that human. This union would cleanse the soul, creating a blank slate upon which to write. The actions then of that human in its life would color the spirit. If the human lived a virtuous life, the spirit would turn white and return to Aether upon the death of the host. But if the human lived a selfish life of cruelty, the spirit would darken and turn black, only to return to Abyssus at the time of that human's death. Thus did the gods create a way to build their strength, and bolster the ranks of the spirits within their realms. With this precedent, the gods returned to their homes. Their influence has since affected the lives of all humans in living memory. The fiends constantly whisper in our ears, telling us to take, to hurt, to serve oneself and no others. The Celestials, however, touch our hearts and teach us to love our fellow man, living a terrible life. It is our responsibility to choose which voice we shall listen to. We must each make the choice to walk with the light, lest we are faced with eternal darkness should the fiends have their way. Alright, one last book. This is one that we read not too long ago, but we will do a quick recap of it as well because it ties this all together. Fundamentals of Magic. First thing to understand about magic is that it is not natural to the realm of mortals. Magic originates from the realms of Abyssus and Aether. The use of magic from humans is simply the art of summoning a spirit into the mortal realm from the realms of the gods. The spirit can then exert its will upon the world around it. All humans have their own internal well of magical energy, but learning to manipulate this energy requires extensive study and practice. As with any muscle, however, this well can grow with practice and exertion. When a mage draws from this energy to fuel a spell, that energy in reality goes to the spirit that the mage is attempting to summon. The more powerful the spirit, the more energy that is required to summon it. In addition, spirits continually draw upon this energy the longer they stay in the mortal realm. In other words, the more energy a mage can put behind their spells, the more they can increase the magnitude and duration of those spells. If a mage is able to sharpen their focus, they can also direct the spirit to use that energy to create a specific form. This allows the mage to use magic in more precise, specific ways. For example, if a mage summoned a spirit of air without giving much thought to the form it should take, that spirit would likely manifest as a cyclone or a burst of gale force wind. Whereas a mage with greater focus could force that spirit into a precise form. Using the same spirit of air, a mage could direct that spirit to empty a victim's lungs of all air, suffocating their target with much less effort. A mage's creativity is limited only by the focus with which they can exert control over spirits. It is for this reason that the study of magic is always evolving, always with more to be learned. It is, however, important to understand the hierarchy of spirits before attempting to summon one. Within each of the realms of the gods there exist tiered systems denoting the power of various entities. Within Aether, the spirits of earth, water, and air are the simplest and easy to summon. Spirits of healing are more difficult, requiring greater focus, and spirits of light are the most difficult, requiring great power. As for Abyssus, spirits of fire, ice, and lightning are the most simple to summon. Following are spirits of disease, which are more accurately described by the elements they inflict, and finally spirits of dark being the most difficult. Most mages begin their practice learning to summon the lesser spirits of Abyssus for the simple reason that they require very little focus to cause destructive force. The lesser spirits of Aether require slightly more focus. It should be noted that all the spirits mentioned thus far are still among the bottom tier of the entities of these realms. Placed directly above the greater spirits of light and dark are the gods themselves. The only recognizable difference between the spirits and the gods, in fact, is their individual identity and ability to influence the mortal realm. The gods are simply the most powerful spirits inhabiting Abyssus and Aether. The last point that must be made regards the summoning of the greater spirits. A mage who attempts to summon a greater spirit of light or a greater spirit of dark is in essence aligning themselves with the power of that spirit. A mage can easily summon the lesser spirits of both Abyssus and Aether, but to summon higher tier spirits requires a certain amount of dedication to those spirits. As a result, a mage can only learn to summon one type. If a mage dedicates themselves to the summoning of light spirits, they can effectively learn spells of healing, restoration, and even revival, while using the light of Aether with the destructive force against dark creatures. If, however, a mage decides to learn to summon dark spirits, then spells of ailments can be learned, and are only limited by the mage's creativity. In addition, the dark power of Abyssus is within reach, and is devastating. Mages who dedicate themselves to the realm of light are known as sages, and mages who prefer to study the realm of darkness are called necromancers. While there is a certain stigma against using dark magic, there has been no proven moral qualm of using one side over the other. Both studies are accepted as valid at the Academy in Safane. Seems to be everything. I should get some rest now. I'll report to the Maestro in the Great Hall in the morning. Okay, well, that pretty much sums up, how magic works in this world, and the origin of spirits and gods and all that stuff. Alright, let's talk to the Maestro. Have you finished your studies in the library? Yes, Maestro. Good. Those texts will help you better understand the deeper connection between the realms of the gods and the magic in the mortal realm. Before you can master any skill, you must first understand it. Your next lesson will take place in the practice hall. I will meet you there. Very well. Thank you, Maestro. Okay, away we go. My nose is itchy. Practice hall. Did you know herbs react differently when exposed to various types of magic? If I can use magic to alter properties of various herbs, maybe I can increase their potency. We wouldn't need as many herbs to make lots of potions. I'm practicing my air magic. Air has no weaknesses, so it must be the strong magic type, right? Uh-huh. Light magic. What's that? No, don't commence a training session. This is the practice hall. As long as you're here, you'll never tire of casting spells. You can train and improve your talent without cease. The very walls of this room are infused with energy. The moment you expend energy in a spell, the walls absorb it, then replenish any energy that you used on the spell. Pretty neat, huh? Okay. Before you can learn to use light magic, you must first prove to me your mastery over the elements. How would you like me to do this? I am sufficiently trained in all forms of elemental magic. You will practice your skills against a series of targets. These targets can only be defeated by a certain form of magic. You will prove your mastery by using each element effectively. As you wish. I'm ready. Then you may begin. So with this, there is a pentad of elements that determines kind of which one is strong against another. But most monsters don't embody only a single element, which is why weaknesses are best referred to from the bestiary. But the pentad of elements goes that fire is actually strong against ice. And just to kind of show you, if I was to use fire against fire, it doesn't do anything. So you have to use the element that is strong against the other one. Ice is strong against earth. Lightning is strong against water. Water is good against fire. And earth is good against lightning. And then air does not really have any strengths or weaknesses, but is effective against most winged enemies. So air against air. Gray is victorious. You show a fair understanding of the elements, and you have proven yourself capable of mastering each spell given time. I'm impressed. Few students can show such versatility. What do you mean? The average mage is capable of mastering 1 or 2 elements. More powerful trained mages can on occasion master up to 3 or 4. Only the strongest of mages will show proficiency with all 6 elements, let alone mastery. With proper instruction and dedication, you may have what it takes to hold a complete mastery of magic. I had no idea. I knew I had some talent, but I didn't realize just how much. There was no one to compare myself to at Sienna, and this all just comes naturally to me. Humble origins mean little in terms of magical prowess, save to rid yourself of hubris. Magical skill is not hereditary, but a powerful mage who knows of his power can grow arrogant and a danger to himself and others. Regardless, your power is commendable. You should have no trouble learning to use light magic when you are ready. I invite you to practice here whenever you wish to improve your spells. Now then, we will continue with your instruction. Meet me in the Great Hall. That is something you should see. Yes, Maestro. There's actually not too much left to this mission, so we will... story, whatever. Look here. What do you see? Is that the Staff of the Celestials? Yes. We implemented greater security measures once Kain took the throne. The Greater Circle keeps both magic and The Greater Circle keeps both matter and magic from crossing the barrier. As long as this circle stands, no one can touch the staff. Only the mage who raised the barrier can take it down. Who put this here? The mage responsible would have to be unimaginably powerful. I placed this barrier here myself. This accomplished 2 goals. First, it prevented Kain from accessing the staff, and second, it protected my life. Before you can take the staff, there is something you must know. The staff that Kain used to control spirits was simply a replica of the staff. It was produced by the mages here at the Academy. The frightening thing is that he did not need to access this staff to forge his own. Simply studying the surrounding energies of the staff gave him everything he needed to forge his own. This staff has been kept at the Academy for generations. This is the safest place in the Empire, and letting the staff fall into the wrong hands could be catastrophic. If I release this staff to you, I must have your word that it will be kept safe, regardless of the cost. If you must sacrifice your own life to keep this staff safe, you will do just that. You have my word. Good. Now go, get some rest. We will resume your lessons in the morning. Yes, Maestro. Training continued for several weeks. The days were spent in the practice hall refining Gray's technique. The nights were spent with long study in the library, researching new, efficient ways to cast spells. As the weeks passed, Gray learned more about the Staff of Celestials and how it compared to the Staff of Fiends. The Staff of Fiends, while a replica of the original, is no less powerful than the Staff of Celestials. It was designed with the intent of capturing and controlling spirits, and is much more sufficient towards that task. The Staff of the Celestials, however, carries a different power. While it is not capable of capturing spirits, it can channel the power of the Celestials, granting the wielder immense power. In addition to this, the staff carries the ability to preserve one's life. Should the wielder fall while channeling the Celestial, they will not be touched by death. Such power will interrupt the channeling of the Celestial, however. With this knowledge, Gray continued his training, improving his skills to better protect the staff and prevent it from falling into enemy hands. I'm hearing thunder. I'm actually curious if that's going to pick up on the microphone. These studies are taking a lot longer than I thought they would. I'm definitely stronger, but how much time do we really have? I guess I'll just have to work harder if I want this to go quicker. The Maestro wanted to see me in the Great Hall. I should go there now. Alright. I think there's just one last trial left for us, and then we're done this, and then we're going to call it there. Gray, gather your things. We have an emergency. What? What's happened? A number of students have gone missing. I believe they may have gotten lost in the Forbidden Labyrinth. Did I just say labyrinth? The Forbidden Labyrinth. What is that? The Academy houses many chambers, but no halls or entryways exist to these chambers. They can only be accessed by the teleportation portals. In addition, the portals will only ever take you where you need to go unless you know precisely where you want to go. As a result, a large number of chambers have been lost altogether. It seems that a few of the students discovered a way to the labyrinth beneath the Academy. What they were seeking I do not know, but they have yet to return. I fear they are lost. What do you want me to do? This will be your test, Gray. I want you to enter the Forbidden Labyrinth, find the students, and return with them safely, should they still elude. How will I know how to navigate the labyrinth? I cannot answer. You will have to face this challenge alone. Do you understand? I understand. Good. There is no time to waste. We will depart immediately. I will send you to the labyrinth now. I will place a magic tether upon you so that I may bring you and the students back once you've found them. Very well. I'm ready. Good. Hold still. Good luck, Gray. Oh, hello. Forces of creation shall light the way. Sorry, I just noticed it is absolutely pouring rain out there. And yeah, it is storming. I may just need to take care of something. I'm just going to pause the recording. I'll be right back in a second. Okay, welcome back. Sorry about that. I had to quickly take care of something. But should be good now. Yeah, we got a major swarm rolling in. Okay. Forces of creation shall light the way. So, fire totem. Okay, so the idea is we want to light the totems that represent the forces of creation. So it would be air, water, earth. There we go. Forces of destruction will shroud the past. Okay, so that would be fire, lightning, and ice. A pentad of elements, each surpassing the other. That would be fire, ice, earth, lightning, water. There we go. So everything but air. The neutral element, Bane of the Winged. Obviously, that's just air. Okay. Power untamed, hot and bright, painful to touch. So things that are hot, bright, painful to touch, and untamable. So that would be like fire and lightning. Yeah. There we go, okay. Formless and fluid carriers of life. That would be water and air. Rigid and cold, the foundation for all. That sounds like earth and ice to me. Yeah, there we go. Unity of power, a joined effort. Let's just trigger them all. There we go. Who are you? How did you get here? I was sent from the Maestro to find the missing students. Are you lost? Well, sort of. We meant to come here, but we don't know how to get out. Why did you come here? What were you looking for? I don't know if I should tell you. You need me to get out of here. I'd suggest you tell me. Fine. We were looking for an ancient artifact. What kind of artifact? A set of robes. Apparently they were created with the same powers as the Staff of Celestials. We thought if we could find them, it would grant us prestige and training beyond our current skills. Did you find the robes? No, but I'm sure we're close. But we haven't been able to get past the next set of trials. And even if we could, I have no idea how we're going to get out. Honestly, I just want to leave. I'm hungry and I don't want to be trapped here any longer. I see. I can get you out of here, but are you sure you want to abandon your goal? We're sure. Just get us out. As you wish. Maestro? Ah, you found the students. Yes, Maestro. They were seeking a set of ancient robes in an effort to win your favor. I see. Well done, Grey. I'm pleased to see you found the students alive and unharmed. I will return them to the Great Hall. You, however, will stay here. Maestro? You've done well in passing the trials of the Labyrinth. I would test your skills further. I would have you continue where the students left off. You wish for me to find the robes? Yes. I know of these robes. If you can find the robes, I will know you are worthy of learning light magic. I understand. I will not fail. Good. Carry on, Grey. Okay, I'm just gonna say it right now. I hate this puzzle. It's not even a puzzle. It's when I first designed this, I thought, okay, I need some way of giving Grey a trial that is not going to be combat-based, because a combat-based trial for a solo mage might be a little bit too challenging. So I figured, how can I do something that's more wisdom-based? And I figured, oh, puzzle would be good. And so I came up with this, but it's not even wisdom-based, it's just reflex-based and timing-based. It's a timing puzzle. You basically just have to run past these butterflies, and if you touch any of them, they send you back to the start. I will be the first to admit, even though I made this is a bad puzzle, and I don't like it. The best way, and the worst part is, it comes up again later. The best way to do this is to stand on the left side and kind of keep your eye on one, and just follow it, so that it also probably helps if you don't use a control. I'm actually going to use the keyboard for this, because the controller is just too imprecise for me. Okay. If you fail it enough times, an alternate path does open up, but it's still a bad puzzle. So yeah, I'm going to follow. Go. There we go. And the gray spots are safe places to stand. So I'm going to... There we go. Okay, the trick is to watch the red one, and then right about when he passes by you, go. No, you're kidding. Oh, okay, that was close, but no dice. I mean, you can literally just brute force this by running straight through and hoping you make it all the way. And we opened up one of the... Yeah, secret paths, because we failed the section enough times. Let's see if we can get it. Nope, missed. Okay. We will take the alternate path, because that's just easier, but... Got it. Awesome. And now we can touch these things, and they won't send us back. Okay, there we go. Bad puzzle out of the way. And we found a set of celestial robes. Now the portal will take us back to the Great Hall. You've returned, and you bear the robes of a sage. Yes, Maestro. To pass the trials that you have takes wisdom, patience, and sound judgment. You have more than proven yourself worthy of learning light magic. Thank you, Maestro. Come, meet me in the practice hall. You are ready. Alright, let's do this. Grey, the time has come. You are ready to learn how to use light magic. Thank you, Maestro. I feel ready, more than ever before. Good. And with the power at my disposal, I pronounce you Sagacious Grey. Amazing. You've earned your place here, and you are ready for what lies ahead. Now, cast light magic. Prove your worthiness. Yes, Maestro. A dark dummy emerged. Light 1. Well done. You truly have progressed far. Thank you, Maestro. You are ready. Meet me in the Great Hall. I want to try something real quick, just because I have a overdrive. I don't know. I know it's a waste, but I want to see... Dang, I was hoping it would upgrade it. I don't know how many times he's used Bliss, but he should be close now to upgrading it. But I just saw that and wanted to do it while I was thinking about it. Okay, here we go. I'm hesitant to give this to you. I am old. I have guarded this staff for more years than most people have lived. And yet, even the mountains shift over time. A foe unlike any other this world has seen threatens this realm. If I were to stubbornly hang on to the staff, there would be nothing left for me to protect it from. Use it well, Grey. I present to you the staff of the Celestials. Maestro, thank you. I give you my word I will keep this safe. Yes, child, I'm sure you will. Now go. Your task awaits. Yes, Maestro. Are you ready to leave the Academy? Yes, I wish to rejoin my allies. Very well, you may feel free to return here at any time. Welcome back, Ray, shall we? Yes, it's been far too long. Alright, and with that, we have cleared the Academy, and we have obtained our first Celestial weapon. We got the Celestial Staff, Circlet, Robe, and Gloves. So with that, and we have Light 1. Now with that, we can come back to the Academy at any time, just for Gray. He's the only one that's actually allowed in. And we can go to the practice hall and basically train here for as long as we want. We train solo, so we don't have to skip anybody else's turns, and the moment you use a spell... So that cost us 10 MP, but the second we select something, it will restore whatever MP we just spent. So we can basically just grind up our spells here to whatever level we want, and it's a quick and easy way to level up all of our spells. But there's one other thing that the staff gives us that I would like to show as well, and that is we have another overdrive, Celestial. I'm going to actually show you what this does, because this is pretty cool. So when you use Celestial, Gray becomes a little more powerful. So his robes turn white, he actually gets wings and like glowing eyes, and he gets a lot stronger. He also gets the Banish ability, which allows us to just sever that connection immediately. The status ailment does not stay while we're in here, but essentially what it does, and I just realized we may have broken something by doing this, but essentially what it does is it gives him a massive stat boost. It also gives him an auto life state, so if he dies while in this state, he'll be instantly revived, but it will revert the state. And if he is in this state and fills his overdrive gauge, he gets access to another, even more powerful overdrive. So we're going to see what that's like next time, but I think that's actually a bug, so we're just going to load the autosave. It's not supposed to remove the Celestial state in there. But we are going to call it there. We have obtained the Celestial Staff, we've cleared the Academy, we've cleared the Death Games, we've done the export mission. We've done a lot today, so we're going to leave it at that. And then next time on Bloodstained Hands, we are going to engage with a couple different cutscenes, kind of see some different interactions between the characters that we have in our party. And then we are actually going to take on some of the next few dungeons to get ultimate weapons for everybody else. Fang, Shadow, Matthew, and Sebastian. So, until next time, have a great one, and I will see you next time on Bloodstained Hands.